and a beautiful day to all you beings of light out there. We are here on this channel studying the lessons of A Course in Miracles, and today we are actually going to be starting review period number 2, and I am on day 20 of my 21-day water fast. Got to make it through today, make it through tomorrow, and I will be complete with this incredible endeavor that I have undertaken, and it has been utterly life-changing, very amazing to see what the body does. And yeah, I mean, the feedback that I'll have for you after this is over will be profound, but right now I'm still feeling like I don't have that much energy, and I want to do this lesson with you and move about the rest of my day. So let's go ahead and jump into our introduction for the review. We are now ready for another review. We will begin where our last review left off and cover two ideas each day. The earlier part of the day will be devoted to one of these ideas, and the later part of the day to the other. We will have one longer exercise period and frequent shorter ones in which we practice each of them. The longer practice periods will follow this general form. Take about 15 minutes for each of them and begin by thinking about the ideas for the day and the comments that are included in the assignments. Devote some 3 or 4 minutes to reading them over slowly, several times if you wish, and then close your eyes and listen. Repeat the first phase of the exercise period if you find your mind wandering, but try to spend the major part of the time listening quietly but attentively. There is a message waiting for you. Be confident you will receive it. Remember that it belongs to you and that you want it. Do not allow your intent to waver in the face of distracting thoughts. Realize that whatever form such thoughts may take, they have no meaning and no power. Replace them with your determination to succeed. Trust it to see you through and carry you beyond them all. Regard these practice periods as dedications to the way, the truth, and the life. Refuse to be sidetracked into detours, illusions, and thoughts of death. You are dedicated to salvation. Be determined each day not to leave your function unfulfilled. Reaffirm your determination in the shorter practice periods as well, using the original form of the idea for general applications and more specific forms when needed. Some specific forms are included in the comments which follow the statement of the ideas. These, however, are merely suggestions. It is not particular words that you use that matter. So I love in this introduction, Jesus is reminding us how to meditate. Again, we read the titles of the lessons and then we listen attentively. And when all those thoughts start to come in, you just remind yourself they're meaningless. It doesn't have to have my attention right now. I'm busy doing something. Let me get back to this lesson title, and then maybe even repeat the lesson title several times. That's what I had to do this morning when I was looking at these lessons. So it happens, and it'll continue to happen, but it's okay. And don't think of yourself as a bad meditator or a failure or you can't do this because you get those thoughts. I mean, they're gonna come. But I love that he's coaching us along the way, just reminding us, this is how you meditate. This is how you focus. This is how you get your awareness to be in a certain place rather than in the past, in the future, and all this other stuff. So yeah, good to know. We're still learning no matter what. Okay. So here we go. Lesson number 81. Our ideas for review for today are: first, I am the light of the world. How holy am I? who have been given the function of lighting up the world, let me be still before my holiness. In its calm light, let all my conflicts disappear. In its peace, let me remember who I am. Some specific forms for applying this idea when special difficulties seem to arise might be: let me not obscure the light of the world in me. Let the light of the world shine through this appearance. This shadow will vanish before the light. Now remember, Jesus said that we can make adjustments to these suggestions. And even, the lesson titles, I am the light of the world is pretty straightforward. But sometimes if they're long and you kind of forget the exact wording, the words don't matter. It's the meaning of it and what it means to you and what it brings up from your consciousness. So, you could even have something here where it says, when special difficulties arrive regarding being the light of the world, it could be anything. It could be like, I'm not going to let this person take my light, or I'm not going to let myself not shine my light because I think I don't like this person. It could be anything that you in your modern day language and words want to say. But whatever you do, bring yourself back to, I'm the light of the world. It could even be like, I still don't really believe I'm the light of the world. I don't think I'm worthy of that. Whatever it is, just be honest. And then, as the instructions say, wait patiently and listen and see what the message is that comes to you from Spirit. All right, the second lesson for review. Forgiveness is my function as the light of the world. It is through accepting my function that I will see the light in me. And in this light will my function stand clear and perfectly unambiguous before my sight. My acceptance does not depend on my recognizing what my function is, for I do not yet understand forgiveness. Yet I will trust that, in the light, I will see it as it is. Specific forms for using this idea might include: let this help me learn what forgiveness means. Let me not separate my function from my will. I will not use this for an alien purpose. Now, in all honesty, those three sentences, I wouldn't say any of those things. Like in my natural speech, that's just not how I talk. So forgiveness is my function as the light of the world. I may say something like, I really don't know if I understand forgiveness. I know that the definition means that I forgive myself or I forgive another, but it seems like the Course in Miracles is also talking about this atonement thing and how we're all becoming one. And I don't know that I can make the intellectual leap and the logical leap between my definition of forgiveness and that. Like something like that. Call out to Spirit what your question is, or what your misunderstanding is, or what your grievance is, or your gripe is, and then listen. I would rather have you guys say your disagreement with the lesson, and you're adamant, like, this doesn't make sense, or I don't think this is true. And then listen, instead of repeating these things that really, like, I don't talk this way. So it's almost like, it's nice to read, but those things won't come to my mind, especially when I don't have the book right in front of my face. I definitely don't see that happening. So cater these things to your mind and your speech and your, routine in life so that you get something out of it. It's not just for you to read and repeat and then kind of stay like a little bit back from. I feel like we're sometimes not diving completely in because the language is a little bit obscure sometimes, or just a little bit out of touch. It was channeled in the 1960s, so it came through Helen Schuckman's consciousness, and she worked on it with Bill Thetford. And that was like a different era. Like, people talked differently then, So make it work for you. Because I think at the end of the day, like when you just distill it all down, what this book is teaching us is like invaluable. Of course, it's teaching us salvation. It's teaching us how to return to God. And I don't want to have these words get in my way of my pathway. You know, climbing that silver cord back to the happy place. I don't want to have anything blocking me from that. So, you know, if you have to make adjustments when you're doing these review lessons, go for it. What does it mean to you even, you know? And if you have issues with it or arguments with it, take it up in your meditation. Ask the questions, demand answers, and say, listen, this isn't working for me. I don't feel like I'm getting something out of this. Please help me. Please, you know, clear up my misunderstanding with this. Give it to me in a language I understand. Maybe even something like that would be a great request. And then be quiet and calm and patient and listen. Something will definitely come. I promise you. Okay, so that is lesson 81. We're back in a review period. And I want to thank all of you for joining me. I'm going to wrap this video up today. I hope you're having a fantastic, beautiful day, a good time with these lessons, and I look forward to meeting you back here on the channel again tomorrow. Mwah! Lots of love to everyone.